Yeah. Well, well, yeah, thank you everyone for coming. And well, they said UKIP was finished, didn't they? But how long were they? We've got a full slate here in Swindon. But it's no surprise, though, why the party has bounced back when it's clear that 17 million voters who voted for Brexit have been utterly betrayed by this government's spineless handling of our exit from the EU. Yay. Our weak Prime Minister must understand that the EU need to deal with us, and we do not need to deal with them. This is not a general election, but it's an opportunity to send a clear message to the government to tell them we are not happy with its failure to act upon the will of the people. Interesting, most of our recent members come from Labour, with many cited reasons they left the party, because Labour no longer represent the working class anymore. They realise UKIP has now given them that voice back. Let's be clear about this common misperception of UKIP. We are not far right, we're a populist party. When people accuse us of being far right, I ask them to explain themselves, and they always look back at me with a blank expression because they can't answer. Is it far right to want housing for our young who are being failed? Is it far right to want to preserve our NHS for future generations? Is it far right to want controlled immigration rather than letting 500,000 people in a year when we have a housing crisis and our infrastructure is buckling? Is it far right to want your children to grow up in a safe environment and protect them from grooming gangs that are operating up and down the country? When out on the streets, many people have spoken to me and they are genuinely concerned about these issues and others such as crime on the increase, needles being found by schools, homelessness on the rise, and the second council tax increase in 12 months, following the largest council tax increase in the country last year. UKIP is committed to reducing this burden on people. My fellow Swindonians have been squeezed far too much, and enough's enough now. To top it all, our council was wasting £5 million on an art gallery. Both the Tories and Labour were complicit in this. If elected, we will stop this from happening and preserve our rotten heritage before it slips further into decay. Buildings such as the Mechanics Institute and the Carriage Works, which would make a fine art gallery. Our glorious town has been failed for decades because the incompetent people get elected purely on the colour of their badge. If you want to see Brexit, the Brexit that we voted for, you must vote UKIP. Let's stand up to the establishment and become a beacon of hope to the rest of the country by giving those in Westminster a bloody nose and remind them that they are supposed to serve us and we do not serve them. This is a unique opportunity for Swindon, so it's now over to you. The spotlight is on us. This is your chance to lead the fight for Brexit. We've got this far, so let's finish the job. Do this not for me, not for yourself or the party, but do this for your country because it's your duty. Thank you.